what people might not know is that you're the angling consultant for Mortimer and Whitehouse Goes Fishing. So I just wondered, how did you kind of get onto that series, and what was it like?
What's it like? The job came to me by happy chance. I suppose one thing that counted in my favour was what I've just said to you, that I'm as much a game angler as a course angler. I think that I'm right in saying that Paul Whitehouse particularly asked one or two chums of mine, and they very, very happily for me gave my name, and I talked to Paul for a very long time on the phone. We're going back now 4.5 years, would you believe, Jack?
Yeah.
And then I went down to meet him and Bob in London for lunch, and then I went down to meet the entire team, and then I got the gig. So that was about 4.5 years ago, and it's sensational in many, 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 many ways. I mean, the pluses from my point of view is that Paul, one of them, probably I'll put top of the list, is that Paul Whitehouse has become probably my best or next best friend. I adore Paul. He's just the nicest guy. Bob is great. I often sit thinking, when I'm watching the filming, I often think, oh my God, people would pay anything to be listening to this, because believe you me, as you can guess, a lot of the banter, the best banter, is banter that you couldn't possibly have on BBC Two at 8:30 on Sunday night. So that side of things is great. I think I've been involved now with something like 22, 23 episodes, and that gets me all around the country. So I get to see rivers I haven't fished before. I get to talk to river keepers I've never met before, bailiffs, natural history buffs. So it has been absolutely fantastic for me, because you can get too involved in one particular geographical area. And being with Paul and Bob has, over the last 4 years, really taken me all around the country, which I've found of massive, massive benefit. I'm just so pleased, Jack, that it's been a big hit, because I think fishing needed something that was respectable, if that's the right word, that brought it back into the wider audience. And of course, all the usual things about, how many anglers say, oh, my wife loves it, she hates fishing, but she won't miss a single episode of Paul and Bob, and so on. So I think it's just made it a lot more acceptable. I think there are a lot of plus points about it, but I'm very proud to be part of it. Tiny little part, I hasten to add. The smallest cog in a big wheel, but, I play my part, and I'm really happy to.
So do you think there's a reason why it's been so popular? Because I've definitely found that as well, how you've said that people who don't normally like fish, a lot of my friends are not interested in fishing at all, but they're like, oh, we like watching that series. So do you think there's a reason it's been so popular?
I think to a degree, Jack, it's that, yes, I mean, obviously we can talk about the photography, which is gorgeous, and it shows the UK in the most beautiful light imaginable. But I've been asked this question a bit, quite a lot over the past. I've thought about it very deeply, and I think it's complete and utter honesty. By that I mean Paul and Bob are genuine mates. I think they talk about things that are genuinely close to their heart. I think they go to places that they genuinely love. They genuinely both adore fishing, although there are very different rungs on the ladder when it comes to ability. There is no cheating going on at all in the fishing side, in any aspect of the program whatsoever. So in the early days, it was very tempting for me to sort of just bunk off and come back with a 6-pound chub that we could stick on Bob's hook. And, we all know that's happened in lots and lots of fishing programs. But right from the word go, there was an absolute definite no to that. So all the way down the line, I just think it's a premise that's very honest. I think the filming is very honest. I think the conversations are very honest. And there's so much on TV now, which I think is very prefabricated, which I think is very stylized. And this, I think, is the real thing. I think people can identify with it. They can identify with going fishing with a real mate, sitting down, just yakking away, letting the day pass in a charming place. And I just think it's very nice, gentle, honest programming. And that's my view.
Yeah, well, there's a couple of episodes where they don't even catch anything, and there aren't many fishing shows where you could show it and not catch anything, and it still be interesting. I think that's a testament to that
I
series.
think so, and I think again that goes back to the honesty. It helps the jeopardy. Are they going to catch? Are they not going to catch? I think it reinforces the honesty, and I think it reinforces the very absolute truthful fact that most of us do blank probably 4 sessions out of 10 if we are going to proper natural wild fisheries. And I think this goes back to what we were talking about, my concern with the decline of rivers, that too many anglers now think that an overstocked carp puddle is what fishing is about. And I think Paul and Bob, in a way, have made a very, very conscious decision to go nowhere near that type of fishery. And I think what they have wisely done is say, no, we're fishing the sort of places we'd have fished as a kid, and we're fishing the sort of places that fishing really is in spirit and soul all about.